good afternoon and welcome. Certainly, as you know, a ton of momentum and excitement and energy around here as we get ready for game week finally, right? After a great off-season, great camp. And so here for questions.
Brian, where are you on twos and threes and finishing up the depth chart? And are there, I guess how nice of a problem is it that you have or had competition at almost every spot?
You know, I don't think you're ever all the way there, but certainly a ton of progress. We feel a lot better about it. And, you know, some competitions will go all the way up until, you know, the Thursday, Friday of game week. But we do feel very confident in the guys that will be playing. You know, who goes first or who gets how many reps will certainly be determined in the next couple of days. But we do feel very confident and comfortable with who's going to be going there.
Or speaking of comfortable and confident, in a game like this, when you're the spotlight under the lights, big top 10 matchup, how much do you lean on Carson's experience to soothe things, calm things from the start?
Right, good question. I think when you look at our team, the makeup of our team, particularly the guy snapping the football, to the guy getting the snap, to the guy behind him, to the middle of our defense, the defensive tackles, the linebackers, the safety, the core of our team has experience. And we feel that when you have the type of game experience those guys have, the big moments don't phase you. They came here to Miami to have that opportunity, and Carson, of course, has been in a bunch of those. So he has had a great camp. He is, you know, he doesn't stop preparing like the rest of the team. The culture fit has been perfect. So we're just really all his focus is on preparation at the highest level we can do it.
With how much waiting that he's been doing since the injury and then coming over and all that to getting into a game, have you seen that itch, that fire, maybe getting a little bit more from him as you get closer to game one?
We're turned up pretty good around here, so you know we try to make every day like game day as much as possible. So I think some things naturally get turned up as you get closer and closer to the game, but it's not like a light switch where it's on and off. It's on who you're playing, when you're playing, or whatnot. We like to keep that thing on all the time. But his level of professionalism is truly impressive, and it certainly affects other people in a positive way.
Martin, obviously, you know, a long-time rivalry between Miami and Notre Dame. What were your experiences when you played against Notre Dame, and most importantly, was Cleveland Gary down?
Those were awesome experiences, right? You know, growing up, you know, wanting to come to Miami, you know, games like this had a lot to do with that. You know, we know the answer to that question, so we'll keep the focus on the 2025 Kansas Fighting Irish, but I appreciate it.
You indicated that you got out of camp pretty healthy. How much of that can you attribute to Herb Young and his program in the summer, or is it just kind of luck?
Probably a little bit of everything. You know, being that we've certainly reduced the number of soft tissue injuries, so we've been able to just maintain a healthier team overall for the most part. I think guys are maturing as well. They recognize and understand the importance of nutrition, of rest. Like sleep is actually important. You know, putting down that phone, that blue light, getting off the game system for some extra rest, getting over and getting some hyperbaric chamber treatment and some red light, all that other stuff that we never had, right? The old ice tubs used to do the trick, if that. So, but I think our guys understand that. I think our medical staff, our sports science staff, and our strength staff together have worked diligently to put our guys in the best spot they could be in physically.
How do you handle the uncertainty that always comes with week one? I mean, they have a lot of guys back from a really, really good football team, obviously, but you don't know exactly what it's going to look like. And I'm sure Marcus Reed would say the same thing about you guys. How do you handle the unknowns?
Well, a lot of notes, you know, certainly. That's why I like to have this area kind of clear with all the notes we have on these guys. It's an excellent football team, right? They got to the national championship, and the way they got there was probably the most impressive thing because the resilience needed to overcome an early season loss like they did and go on, I believe, a 10-week, 12-week winning spree is impressive. And they did it with physicality, playing violent football, playing team football, but they have dynamic players everywhere. And they've made people pay the price. They play great complementary football. They lead the country in forcing turnovers. They lead the country in block kicks. And their conversion rate off of those turnovers and blocks have been off the charts. They are just, they're loaded with experienced, big, jumbo athletes, physical guys up front on both sides of the ball. They returned 11 starters, and the portal guys they got were starters at other places. So in terms of game one, what to expect, you know, you prepare your players to play within your system as best you can, and you dig deep into the stops of their coordinators, where they've been, right? They had to change at the coordinator spot, but they've had great success in. But you have to tap into Rutgers and Texas and Wisconsin, right? You got to do your homework on LSU on offense as well, and some of the things they did. There's plenty of stuff to, and there's plenty of time. So what you don't know and the uncertainty, you have all summer to find your best way to figure it out and prepare your team.
Mario, with Ruben Bain, just what changes have you seen going into his junior season, and differences, or what you kind of expect out of him?
Ruben's approach to the offseason was awesome. You know, he made it a point to get down to 275 pounds and lean up, become more explosive, and stay healthy. Last year, obviously, we lost him, I think, play number 2, and didn't get him back till game 5. And as you saw, as a freshman, he was one of the more impactful freshmen in the country. This system allows him to play fast and free. He's extremely intelligent. He's able to coach the guys around him as well. And his effort levels, his levels of leadership and just culture have really taken another step. We've seen it in practice on a daily basis, and we expect an awesome year out of him.
Mario, what's the energy you're seeing from the players as they switch now to game week prep?
Again, I think here it's so competitive, or it's becoming more and more competitive to the point where, I mean, when we're playing out there, it feels like a game. It feels like, you know, and they want to make it that way. For our players, the goal is to make it so that the best team we play all year is the team that we face on our practice field. Okay. And do you ever really get there? You know, you never know. You just pour every ounce of effort and every ounce of preparation into that. So you see that on a daily basis. And, you know, yesterday we had a chance to practice at Hard Rock, and it was great to be there. And the intensity levels were high, but they've been high all along. And honestly, as the season goes on, that's what we expect out of our players. That's another step for Miami, right? We talk about taking steps every year. One step is to make sure that we don't treat one opponent up here and lower those expectations and standards for the next one. So I hope that answers.
Mario, what do you anticipate the atmosphere will be like? Dan talked a bit about season tickets and the crowd and the orange out and all those things, but what do you anticipate Sunday night's going to be like?
It should be as maniacal as, you know, Miami game should be. You know, we all, I think there's a lot of us here that have experienced those games from the Orange Bowl to Hard Rock and whatnot, and we expect it to be as loud and as wild as it can possibly be. And we encourage that.
Having a player-led team is critical to success of the season. Who would you say has kind of emerged as your local leaders coming out of camp?
I think Keem Mesor has taken the biggest step. I think him and Nez Cooper, they play off each other. Now they're always trying to knock each other around. One's at guard, one's at end, but you know, you end up colliding, right? And to that point, I think it's worth pointing out the benefit of having great alumni. A guy like John Vilma, who lives, you know, locally, who had an opportunity to address the team and the importance of making it a player-led team, with the accountability that comes with that, and what it really means on a daily basis. Not by name, not by title, not by post or tweet, but what it really demands and commands of a team that's led by its own players. So those two guys really stick out. I think Carson, in a short amount of time, has really shown that. Mark Fletcher has really shown that. Francis Mainoa has shown that. Ruben has shown that. I think both Wesley and Mo have. Poyser's EP, he's come along in a big time way. And now you see, you know, guys like OJ, Frederic stepping up as well. So all in all, it's built. It's been building throughout January all the way up until now, and we're seeing some really good returns.
You had a change of kicker, obviously, but not just that, just broadly, how do you feel about where special teams are, how those units are setting up?
We feel good. We feel really good about the kicker. We invested a lot of time and effort in scouting that part, and why we went that direction with a couple of guys and really a third guy battling it out. And we're really close there on making that decision. We feel great about the operation itself. protection.
Mario said that the big moments don't phase you because you've been in big games before. But is this different for you considering you face a team that comes in ranked 6, just played the national championship game, and all the hype that comes with it?
No, it's not different. Honestly, I've played in a lot of football games. Me as well as a lot of my other teammates, we've played in a lot of big games. Me personally, obviously speaking on my experiences, I've walked in on the road against the number one team in the country. I've gone on the road against top 10 teams multiple times in my career, and it it's just another football game, right? It's another opportunity to go compete, another opportunity to go have fun and enjoy, playing with my brothers, playing with my teammates, and ultimately getting to finally show, what we're capable of, right? So that's what I'm really excited for, is finally having the chance and opportunity to play with these guys that, we've been working so hard this offseason for these opportunities, and this is what we do it for. So
If I can follow up real quick, do you embrace this opportunity, just the magnitude of this game, the first game of the season, when you face a team like Notre Dame?
yeah, I mean, obviously it's a challenging opponent. I mean, they're gonna press on defense. They're gonna, play really hard on offense up front. Man, they got good backs, good wide receivers, good DBs. I mean, they're stout all across the board. Very talented team with a great coach. And again, like I said, it's just another football game, right? Like that's the motto, that's the mindset, and another opportunity for us to compete, right? It's the first game. Everyone's super excited, super pumped, and we're ready for the challenge. So
Thank you.
All right, next up, we'll go to Matt, and then Adam, you're next.
Yeah, hey Carson, Matt Sodell over at Kane Sport. Now that we're in game week and just really pretty close to the game, can you sort of gauge if somehow you're even better now than pre-injury, or maybe how you're different now than before the injury?
yeah, I don't think anything's different, to be honest. Football's football at the end of the day, right? I mean, the concepts are there. The defense is going to be defense. They're going to run their blitzes, their coverages, their whatever. Every defense has an identity. Every offense runs essentially. Everybody runs the same stuff, right? It might look a little bit different and be called different names, but I don't know. It's football, right? It's quarterback. It's get the ball to the guys who are going to make plays and get us into the right place, right? So I don't know, man. It's the same old game. I feel great. I mean, that's really all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's the I feel great part I wanted you to hammer in on a little bit. Arm strength, dexterity, quickness, has anything changed?
I feel great. I mean, I feel like I'm the best I've ever been. I'm in a great mindset, mentality. The guys around me, man, have been working their tails off, and we've all been working really hard together. So, again, I'm really excited for the opportunity to just go out and compete. But I mean, I feel like I'm in a great spot, mentally, physically, and just all around.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you, and then Jordan, you're next.
Hey Carson, just first off, I mean, just how exciting how excited are you for, your Miami debut, getting a chance to run through the smoke, play for another historic program? Just how exciting is that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm super excited, and it's been so long since I've had the opportunity to go out on a football field and play the game I love, right? And now for it to be, here at the U, with these guys that obviously I've become really close with over the past 8 months, it it's it's an opportunity that you don't get many of them, right? I mean, guaranteed we have 12 of these opportunities, and you work, I mean, the rest of the year for those 12 opportunities. So you never take them for granted, no matter who the opponent is, and whether it's on the home or away. Luckily, like we're starting it out at home, which is going to be dope, to be able to go out there and play in front of all those fans in Hard Rock, and get to experience that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And then just, speaking of the work you put in, what were some of the things, we haven't spoken to you since the beginning of fall camp, so just what were some of the things that you were working on the most, getting up to speed with, just throughout the course of the last month?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, and I kind of talked about it at the beginning of fall camp whenever I did media after that first day, is just the biggest thing is just being consistent, just showing up and really being the same person each and every day, right? Whether that's off the field, on the field, right? How I'm able to be a leader and kind of just being the guy that everyone else around me needs, right? that was my biggest thing. And then because the physical part takes care of itself, right? I mean, I've been throwing a football forever, and football's football, right? The timing is going to be the same. The coverages are going to be the same. The blitzes are going to be the same. It's all the same stuff, which, being consistent in that and not getting tired of simplicity almost. I don't know how to explain that. But that's how I would say it's just not getting tired of keeping it simple and just being consistent, which wins football games. So I'm really excited to actually have the opportunity to play against, other people, right? I mean, we've been practicing against our defense for what, a month now throughout fall camp and now this week of prep for Notre Dame. So to finally, go out and have the opportunity to showcase our talent and our skills is what I'm most excited about.
All right, Jordan, you're up next, and then after that, we'll go to Andrea.
Yeah, hey there, Carson. I was curious now that you've been able to throw and build those rapports with your receivers, just what are your thoughts on the receiver room as a whole? What are the group strengths and just what stands out about the potential of that group of guys you're going to be throwing the ball to this year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing which I love so much about them that stands out is their willingness and like just how much they want to learn. Like how they want to be on the same page with me just as much as I want to be on the same page with them because it's a two-way street, right? Like I can sit there and be like, yo, like you need to do this way, whatever. Like, and if it just goes through one ear and out the other, like it doesn't mean anything, right? And if they're not constantly coming up to me like wanting to be better and wanting to be better, like I can only do so much, right? But the way that they approach it like is honestly like unreal. Like I that's literally the thing that I love the most about them, and it has expedited the process and expedited our chemistry so fast. And again, like it translates onto the field because when you have that mental side and that willingness and want to learn and get better each and every day, I mean it translates over to the field so fast.
And then also, I just wanted to ask you just about the rest of the quarterback room, just how you guys work together throughout spring when you weren't able to throw, and then fall as you guys are working together, specifically with Emory, just the rapport you guys have and what stood out about the rest of the group that's in that room with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coolest thing, obviously, like me coming in and it just being like a late transfer and just happening also sudden is I feel like we have a really good relationship in that quarterback room. And I really love those dudes and just spending time with them and being around them. I mean, we're around each other so much. I mean, during fall camp, you're here 15 hours a day and like you're with those dudes more than anything, right? I mean, I see these guys at the facility obviously more than I see my own family these days. So I mean, they've really become like brothers to me, and it's just always a good time because of how locked in everybody is and how much everybody helps each other, right? And that's why I say it's a good time because it's always enjoyable to learn and get better with people that are going to push you and strive to make you better as well.
All right, Andrea, we'll go to you, and then Daryl, you'll wrap us up.
Hey, Carson, good to see you again. They're obviously starting freshman or redshirt freshman at quarterback. And as you mentioned earlier, you've kind of been there, done that. How much of advantage do you feel like that gives you guys because of your veteran experience and having played in games like this?
Um, I don't know. I mean, for me, obviously, having the experience that I have and having played a lot of football games, it's a comfort level thing, you go out there, you've been there, you've done it, and you just feel comfortable out there. You feel lax. And I feel like there's a lot of other guys on this team too that, have played in a lot of football games, right? Especially on the offensive side of the ball. Um, but you just feel comfortable out there. And for us, that's, I feel like that is what helps you on the field is like being comfortable, playing loose, having fun, enjoying the competition aspect of it. Because when you're out there and you're not loose, you're not comfortable, you're uncomfortable, you're tight, you're thinking, you can't play fast, you can't react, right? So a lot of that comes in preparation as well, right? So I really feel like we've prepared really well. And again, it's Wednesday, but it's a Tuesday practice because we're playing on Sunday. So we still have a Wednesday type practice, a Thursday type practice, a Friday type practice, Saturday walkthroughs, and then or Friday walkthroughs. But you know what I'm saying? Because then we play on Sunday. So we still have a whole week really left of preparation. And again, that'll just continue to make us more comfortable in the game plan and who our opponent is and who we're facing. So again, looking forward to the rest of that and continue to prepare and, get ready for Sunday.
All right, Daryl, you'll bring us home.
Yeah, Carson, what's going on? I had a chance to sit down and interview you 2 years ago, right before you were named the starter at Georgia, and you communicated that day how the journey of sitting and waiting had you ready to play and prepared you to play, and you went out and put up the numbers. Now it's 2 years later. Like, who is Carson the quarterback today, and how have you grown?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I think I'm still that same kid that, had that hunger and that, ferociousness and like just wanting to succeed and win and compete. That first time that we had talked to each other, right? The only difference is now I have the experience under my belt. And I'm more mature and I'm more grown and I know how to handle specific situations and moments, right? Which obviously that only happens through experience, and experience is your biggest teacher. And the things that I've been able to go through over the past 2 years, I don't think many people have gone through, right? So on top of me being the ferocious competitor that I am, I also now have the experience under my belt. And I think that that obviously is a huge part of who I am, and not only as a quarterback but also just as a person as well. So
Mario said that the big moments don't phase you because you've been in big games before. But is this different for you considering you face a team that comes in ranked six, just played the national championship game, and all the hype that comes with it?
no, it's not different. Honestly, I've played in a lot of football games. Me as well as a lot of my other teammates, we've played in a lot of big games. Me personally, obviously speaking on my experiences, I've walked in on the road against the number one team in the country. I've gone on the road against top 10 teams multiple times in my career, and it it's just another football game, right? It's another opportunity to go compete, another opportunity to go have fun and enjoy, playing with my brothers, playing with my teammates, and ultimately getting to finally show, what we're capable of, right? So that's what I'm really excited for, is finally having the chance and opportunity to play with these guys that, we've been working so hard this offseason for these opportunities, and this is what we do it for. So
If I can follow up real quick, do you embrace this opportunity, just the magnitude of this game, the first game of the season when you face a team like Notre Dame?
yeah, I mean, obviously it's a challenging opponent. I mean, they're gonna press on defense. They're gonna, play really hard on offense up front. Man, they got good backs, good wide receivers, good DBs. I mean, they're stout all across the board. Very talented team with a great coach. And again, like I said, it's just another football game, right? Like that's the motto, that's the mindset, and another opportunity for us to compete, right? It's the first game. Everyone's super excited, super pumped, and we're ready for the challenge. So
Thank you.
All right, next up, we'll go to Matt, and then Adam, you're next.
Yeah, hey Carson, Matt Shodell over at Kane Sport. Now that we're in game week and just really pretty close to the game, can you sort of gauge if somehow you're even better now than pre-injury, or maybe how you're different now than before the injury?
yeah, I don't think anything's different, to be honest. Football's football at the end of the day, right? I mean, the concepts are there. The defense is going to be defense. They're going to run their blitzes, their coverages, their whatever. Every defense has an identity. Every offense runs essentially. Everybody runs the same stuff, right? It might look a little bit different and be called different names, but I don't know. It's football, right? It's quarterback. It's get the ball to the guys who are going to make plays and get us into the right place, right? So I don't know, man. It's the same old game. I feel great. I mean, that's really all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's the I feel great part I wanted you to hammer in on a little bit. Arm strength, dexterity, quickness, has anything changed?
I feel great. I mean, I feel like I'm the best I've ever been. I'm in a great mindset, mentality. The guys around me, man, have been working their tails off, and we've all been working really hard together. So, again, I'm really excited for the opportunity to just go out and compete. But I mean, I feel like I'm in a great spot, mentally, physically, and just all around.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you, and then Jordan, you're next.
Hey Carson, just first off, I mean, just how excited are you for, your Miami debut, getting a chance to run